Hi and welcome to another video in our session of product demos. Now today I wanted to do something a bit different. This isn't a video that I've put together to demo a particular feature, new feature, product. This is to show you something that as a company we actually do on a regular basis. So to show you that we do actually practice what we preach, and to show you how we as a company use Anaplan in particular. So like any other company on a regular basis, we obviously have to submit invoices and expenses. As we all know, cash flow is king, so this has to be done regularly and it has to be done promptly. The flip side of this obviously is, as a quite heavily based services and consultancy based firm, most of the time we're out on the road or we're on client site, so it's not as if we have a lot of time to sit down and go through expenses, think about what invoicing we need to do. So we needed something that we could interact with quickly, easily, accurately, and make sure that we were getting that information where we needed it to be. And that's where this Anaplan model came into being. So what I'm showing you isn't, as I said, a particular demo model that's been built specially. It's not. This is the real deal. This is our Innovar expenses model. The only thing that I've done with this is obviously take a copy and change some customer names, because obviously we always want to protect our customer confidentiality. Apart from that though, this is absolutely genuine. What you're going to see right now is me going through the process of submitting, in this case, August expenses. So I'm going to be quiet now and I'm just going to basically let you watch what I'm doing, and if you like any of what you see and how easy we've made this process and you think that could be tied into anything that you do in your company, then obviously please get in touch. So what I do is I interact with Outlook. So Outlook is what we use obviously for email, but also for our calendars. So this is where individually we keep track of what clients we are going to, when, where. We can put in as much detail as we like. Because we use this to interact heavily with our expenses and invoicing model, I tend to keep quite a lot of information in there, whether it's on site, whether it's chargeable, etc., things like that. So when I come into the Anaplan model, it brings me straight into my summary. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just popping a stopwatch timer on so we can see how long this process is taking me. So I want to go straight into here so I can interact with that data that I had in my calendar. So that exported data. Now I said I'd change some names to protect confidentiality, but not this one. That's me. However, I don't normally visit customers called A, B and C. So part of our job certainly is obviously visiting the same clients, and it gets really boring if you just have to keep entering the same data every month, especially mileage, because it doesn't change. So I'm just ticking all of my default mileage options there. But here I just want to put in a couple of extra expense lines. So that's what I'm saying, that tick box there. Already you can see some of that mileage is expenses is populating straight away based on mileage that I've put in. And if I go and check that, there you can see it's all automatically populated. I can now go and look at those expense lines I want to pop in as well. You see it's done 2 lines for me there. Nothing very exciting. I had a hotel, and it knows customer B, so it offers me my customer B options. This time it was very glam, the Premier Inn. Filling in those options there. I'm just going to do this quickly. They're just numbers for the sake of popping in some numbers. The actual items aren't, they are true. I'm just going to pop that data in there, and that's me done. So I'm going to come back to my summary here, check that that's all come through. I can see that's working, I'm happy with that. I would like to export those. You can see that macro, effectively that process action, is running straight into Excel and exporting that data. So there we are. I'm getting a sheet now for each. If I show you there at the bottom, I've got mileage, expenses, a summary sheet, and one that shows the chargeable days, where they were done, and any notes that came from Outlook as well. And then finally, what I'd like to do is help to tie that in with our invoicing. So I'm just running an update here, so it produces a list of only the customers that I need to produce invoices for that month. And then I'm going to make use of the add-in for Excel. So what I'll do here is I just want to actually open up a recent file, because I know I have that there. There we go. And so what we need to be able to do here for Innovar is basically a sheet per client that we would like to send out expenses along with their invoices. So basically to tie in the expenses I'm submitting with the correct clients. So I've got a template here, and it's using, as I said, the Anaplan Excel add-in function. So I'm logged in, the view's already there, it's saved. I'll just go back into that every month, refresh. And there you see 3 sheets: customer A, customer B, customer C. And the nice thing about that as well is if I now save that, I'm just going to save that as version 2, just for the purposes of this. You'll see upon saving customer A, customer B, customer C, and it's done. Now from start to finish, that's taken in the region, if I look at my timer, of 6 minutes. And that is something that we can manage. So you've seen there, seamlessly taking data that I have to put into my calendar so I know where I'm going, when I'm going, bringing that in here. Lots of defaults set up, so if I'm doing the same thing over and over again, I just tick those boxes. And then not only that, but here, buy sheet, and a copy of expenses that can go out with the invoice, and in terms of expenses, a mileage view, an expenses view, a summary, and chargeable days for the period. Like I said before, I hope you enjoyed that, and if that's made you wonder if there are any processes that you can be streamlining and using with Anaplan, then please just get in touch.